Okay, guys, I'm here on this rainy Friday evening to talk to you about some historical and cultural context to help you understand your reading assignment for the weekend, chapters 2 through 5. I am sure you were dying to jump into that, so let's go ahead and get started with this. So, the first thing we need to know is that the story is going to track the life of our narrator, Amir. You read chapter 1 already, and you'll know that it's closer to modern day setting. We have Amir as an adult, and it's in California. Okay, starting with chapter 2, we're going to do a retrospective and go back to his childhood in Afghanistan. He'll eventually leave there to go to Pakistan with his father and then the United States. So here's a little map to show you where Afghanistan is in relation to some other countries. You've got Iran there on the left, India close by as well, and China. It's interesting because some people consider Afghanistan in the Middle East, but technically it's in Asia. All right, so characters are a big part of these chapters. We learn about Amir, our narrator, and it's important to note that we have some classes at, I wouldn't say in conflict, but the level of the class of the characters comes into play when we look at their relationship. So first we have Amir. He's our narrator. He's of the Pashtun class. That is considered a higher class, and most of the population of Afghanistan is considered to be Pashtun. Then we have Baba. Baba literally means father. So that's Amir's dad, also Pashtun, of course. Amir doesn't have a mother in the novel. She passed away when he was born. So I hope that you have a bell going off in your head being like, oh, hero archetype potentially. And we also have father son here, so maybe a father son conflict. Maybe. Okay, so then we have Hassan. That's Amir's friend. I put that in quotation marks because he's also Amir's servant. And he is of the Hazara class. Um, in the novel, we'll see Hazaras treated as lower class. Hazaras have certain physical characteristics that make them distinguishable. Their physical face features are different. And so it's easy to identify them, and they can be seen as lower class because of that. Then we have Ali, that's Hassan's dad, and Baba's lifelong friend. Again, in quotation marks because he's also Baba's lifelong servant. All right, so we're kind of looking at this contentious friendship where one is a master and one is a servant. Another thing to note about Ali and Hassan is that they both have physical flaws in their faces that make them distinguishable as well. So, on another level, something distinguishable about them. Okay, Hassan has a mother named Sanubar. She is not a part of the story, really. She has left. She's also not considered to be a very reputable woman in society because of her behavior. You'll see that in the novel as well. Another character we're going to run into is Rahim Khan, and that is Baba's friend. He and Amir have kind of like a closer relationship than Amir and Baba do. Maybe potential mentor there. And then finally we have Asif. He's the neighborhood bully. To be fair, I think bully is a little bit of an understatement. He's a masochist. He really enjoys hurting people. And an interesting thing about him that makes him distinguishable physically is that he's half German, so he doesn't necessarily look like the other characters. He has blue eyes, for example. All right. So I just want to touch on some historical context here. The only real bullet that's important in the novel is this last one. From 1933 to 1973, we have a king, King Muhammad Zahir Shah. So he reigns in the beginning of the novel. Then we're going to see in chapters 2 through 5 the first bullet happen here. The king's brother in law wages a coup and declares a republic. All right, and that sets off a chain reaction of events, eventually leading into there being no centralized power in Afghanistan, which allows the Taliban to come to power and their rule. Now, this is all stuff that we're going to go over in class together. We will talk about this in more detail as it becomes more relevant to the text as we read it. Okay? So I really just wanted to talk to you guys about your characters and the ethnic groups. So you've probably learned about like a caste system like India. The ethnic groups in Afghanistan are slightly different. It's a little bit more fluid and less structured than that. But again, their interactions within the population, the class or ethnic group is kind of important. So it is, we're basically basically, basically dealing with Pashtuns and Hazaras in chapters 2 through 5 and throughout the text. So keep those in mind as you are reading through. Figure out how those differences in class kind of influence our characters and the way that they get along with each other. So, with that being said, I hope this was quick and slightly informative for you. I will see you guys on Tuesday. Enjoy your